So, I'll be real honest with you. I didn't do a whole lot of, research. So, this will be a good conversation because I'll be learning something.
He's going to be learning a bunch of stuff as we're
doing this. It's just, no,
he looked up the chip shortage, though.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, yeah, perfect. Like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Well, it's about 5 minutes ago.
Great.
All right, well, welcome to our first podcast. We all work at Ultimate Truck here. Ultimate Truck's been in business since about 1990. Matt and Marty, I'm Marty. We took over the business probably about 2 years ago now. Chris is here, Nate is here, and Tyler is behind the camera and the audio, running all that stuff. Why don't we introduce ourselves for the people who don't know us? Chris, you want to go first?
Yeah, my name's Chris. I started about a year ago. I am the inventory specialist here. I worked right across the street before and then came over here and been here ever since.
What was across the street? Oh, the detail place.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep, car detailing. Yeah. I found myself being in the car world for some reason. Because before then, I worked at a body shop.
I didn't
to
know
this
that.
place. Now I'm back here. The truck world.
Did you know he was at a body shop?
No, what'd you do at the body shop?
Fucking nothing. I detail cars there.
So nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed.
Jeez.
Well, since I'm talking, my name's Nate. I've been here, let's just round up a little bit and say 2 years. And
I was going to say, are we combining the time when you weren't here?
Yeah, it's called a hiatus. Okay?
Abandoned ship.
I had to go find myself, and then I came back like 3 months later. Because I just realized this place is just so awesome, and they didn't know what to do without me, so here I am. Did you know what to do without me? No.
Yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah, I did.
I thought I was indispensable. But what else did I do?
What did you do before?
I was in the car business for a long time. I was like a salesman, then sales manager, and then back in finance for a little while. And then before that, I was a diesel mechanic for Caterpillar, Bobcat, and Diesel Power. So we did a lot of custom stuff for the railroads and whatever. So
and now you're doing podcasts and bolt-on accessories.
That's an oversimplification, but yes. Yes, that's exactly what we're doing.
And then I'm Marty. I've been here probably 6 years now, 6 or 7 years. I started after I'd been mowing for almost 10 years, mowing and landscape. That's just what I did. Loved it, and then stopped in here to get parts for my Subaru, oddly enough, and that's how it all started with Scott. And so been doing that for I want to say Nate and I are in sales, so we're on the front counter all the time dealing with customers, and Chris is in the back working his way up front. And so Tyler, how long have you been here?
It'll be 3 months and about 2 weeks, and I just do the social media.
Jesus, that long already?
What'd you do before this?
I was a plumber, and then broke my back. No, I'm not a plumber.
Okay, so we have at Ultimate Truck, we got a plumber, a guy who used to detail vehicles, a mower, and a guy who used to sell cars.
Let's talk about trucks.
so let's talk about how we custom build vehicles, okay?
Yeah. Well, a couple things that we've got on the list today to talk about. We've got the 2022 Tundra that was just released. The chip shortage, that's a big thing that continues to change daily. And then
my favorite.
Nate's favorite, tooted trucks. I don't know what you want to call it, Carolina Squat, Cali Lean, or the Tennessee Tilt. That's the first time I've ever heard that. Tennessee Tilt. That's the first time I've ever heard that, and I was looking it up yesterday. And that was one of the first things that came up. I've never heard that before.
Oh, God.
It's a brand new thing. The boys are at it hard.
Yeah.
The Tennessee Tilt.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. Did you guys look at the new Tundra though?
Yeah.
The front end of it looks fucking nuts.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be real honest with you guys.
It is
You said do some research. I didn't do a damn thing. I looked at a picture of a 22 Tundra. Do you have one?
You know what?
Can look
I
at it?
prepared it.
We
Did
have
you?
a picture.
I
See?
prepared it for this exact instance because I knew you wouldn't do it.
It's called
There's your
entertainment.
Tundra.
Oh.
It kind of looks like an oversized Tacoma. Not
That
gonna lie.
is a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it also looks like
Comes
A
with the light
Chevy.
bar.
the front end just looks. I don't.
Like
Oh.
a heavy duty Chevy.
Like a 25 or 3500
I can see
Chevy.
it.
Like just how big the grill is, and I don't know why. Okay, can we talk about that for a second? It still has to do with the Tundra, but why are people like Chevy and then them and whoever else is going to like that big huge front end? It's stupid.
I don't know.
Stupid.
And I hate the one piece front ends. Like, look at all that. That grill,
Yeah.
you're not taking that separate from the bumper.
No, you can't do anything.
No.
Literally
like,
can't do anything.
Your fender flare runs into your bumper, so now if you do any sort of bumper, you have to either make it inside the fender flare or you have to cut through it. Which, apparently, there's a marker light right on the bumper line.
Oh, is it over a certain width?
Well,
So for aftermarkets, that's a nightmare is what you're saying?
yeah.
Having to deal with that stuff?
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
new body styles. Like, I don't know if you've noticed on the new, well, I guess we could say the Chevy heavy duty as well.
Yeah.
Like,
It's got
have you ever
segue.
noticed how the fenders like come down, and so the front bumpers that they make, in order to make it go full width, they have to take it and like bring it down. So it comes the wings on it, I guess you could call it, come down probably about an inch or two below where the actual top of the bumper is,
Yeah.
just so that they can cover underneath the fenders because they don't want you cutting the fenders.
Right.
But then you look at the Chevy half tons, and the Chevy half tons sit in between the fenders. For some of them, there are some that cut the fenders, but who wants to cut their fenders on a brand new truck?
No one wants to cut their fenders.
Yeah.
I mean, the only way, and tell me if I'm wrong, the only way I think that truck would look even remotely good is a lift kit.
That's every new truck on the market.
Yeah.
Every new truck is that way.
I mean, the new Fords, whatever.
Is this the
but
official one?
everything.
Because I heard it was
So,
redesigned for 2022,
apparently,
so it might get redesigned again.
Toyota released this.
Okay,
It wasn't like somebody made a rendering and is like, hey, this is the new 2022.
This is what we think it's going to be.
This is what Toyota released.
Hmm.
And they released like a very weird picture. I wonder if I can pull it up here.
How is that?
I don't know. Matt's got weird stuff on here. That's the interior picture. That is all you get.
That's all they gave you?
But like,
It's a
look at
heavy duty Chevy. Look at the hood.
yeah, it's got the
Look at the
louvers in
hood.
it.
I believe it.
Yeah. But look at that.
Interesting.
I mean, that multimedia thing.
That's huge.
That's
It's
a
gonna
massive
drop.
screen.
They're competing with Tesla, huh?
Everybody is now. You've seen
Yeah.
the Rams. You've seen the new Chevys. The new
The bigger screen,
GMCs.
the better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ram was the first one to come out with that big ass screen, besides Tesla. Like in a factory vehicle.
Oh,
No, I'm
maybe.
sure.
Something
I'm
like
sure
that.
there was some cars that probably had it first, but I bet they were probably the first truck to do it.
Do you think that big? Was
Yeah.
it 12.1 inch screen, something like that?
There's been a couple cars I've seen that have like tablet-sized
Yeah.
radios.
Well,
So-
definitely for a truck, for sure.
Now, here's one thing on the Tundra that is, I don't know how this is going to do, but they, I was doing a little research. Apparently, they're going away with V8s.
Yeah, going to
That's like been their
V6.
signature. Yeah, so they're going to apparently offer a 3.5 liter twin turbo. Now, this is all speculation, but apparently it's going to be a 3.5 liter twin turbo and then possibly a 3.5 NA motor like what's in the Tacomas.
For like a work truck or something.
I would think so.
Something not.
Yeah. But I'm just like, twin turbos for a Tundra, really? Like, that's always been, it's been a brute. It's always been a brute motor.
Yeah, the 5.7s in the Tundras, they've always been a good motor. I mean, always. I mean, I drove one for work when I was at Diesel Power. It was a limited too. It was nice.
I wonder what caused them to change it.
Probably just the
Emissions,
change. Yeah, I was
maybe?
going to say either the change in emissions or the change in the market. Like, everybody's either switching to electric vehicles or turbo vehicles.
Well, and a lot of them, what happened? Yeah, what happens is the EPA, and that's for another time because I can spend hours on that. They as a whole, a car manufacturer has to meet a certain amount of or some carbon footprint or whatever. So as a whole, now it's not per vehicle necessarily, but it's also as a whole. So maybe they're getting away from doing the V8 because they have to make some sort of emission deadline
change or something
for as a whole in the company. Because if the Tundras is a big seller, well, and they're pumping out a bunch of 5.7s, their carbon footprint's huge.
Yeah.
Well, now they do a 3.5. Maybe that's the thought behind it. So, but
could be.
On another note, I don't know why they're building new vehicles because you can't get any goddamn computer chips to make it work anyways.
Is it brand or manufacturer specific that you can't get chips, or all around truck?
It's it's not even just automotive. Like from what I was reading is essentially like Ford's the big name one right now. That's the one I think they messed up the biggest, and that's why they're the one that's in this the biggest thing. Yeah. Essentially, from what I read is when COVID hit, they took a gamble, figured that the market was going to crash for automotive stuff. Instead, it did the exact opposite, and they canceled all their chip orders from the factory that they get them from, or factories. I think there's like 3 major factories that make chips for anything.
What are they? Do you know?
What do you mean?
Like the manufacturers?
I don't know the names of them. I could probably find them, but I don't remember the names of them. But essentially, Ford canceled their order, thinking that the market was going to crash. Market didn't crash. Instead, it accelerated, and they tried to put their order back on. But the problem is those chips are not, like I said, they're not just automotive. They're for phones, for microwaves, for like pretty much anything that has an internal computer needs these chips. Mm-hmm. And so they tried to put their order back in. The factory was really far behind. So they put this massive order back in, and then there was a factory in Japan that caught fire, lost everything. Does that have the information on it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, so there's about 3 different companies.
What is it?
Oh, so there's 5 different companies. Okay. But so there was one of the factories, whatever one is located, major one that's located in Japan, burnt down to the ground, and they lost everything, and they're still not back up and running. So that's also putting the supply chain way behind.
Right.
And so, so it sounds like essentially the automotive world, they just messed up with their guess on what the market was going to do, and they put chip shortage
and that
in place.
fire didn't help anything?
No.
Any news on like when they're going to catch up, or is this just like, hey, we're going to have to live with it till 2024?
I thought it was in the next couple months.
Well, that's what they were thinking, except for just last night, a couple different places released articles saying that the delay has now went to 18 weeks.
Oh, shit.
And normally, I was looking at a chart, and the average wait time on a chip was about 12 weeks. That was before COVID. It was about 10 to 12 weeks.
Right.
And now we're up to 18 minimum.
So all these manufacturers, it doesn't, not necessarily the car industry, but for us.
For us, it's the car industry.
Yeah. They have tons of these vehicles brand new just sitting in lots. I mean, wasn't Ford like their Super Duties at like the Kentucky Speedway or something like that? Yeah. So.
Well, and who was it that was in? Somebody was in here the other day saying that they're held up in other places too. Like, what was that one? Chicago. The guy said that the F-150 was.
Yeah.
Was held up in Chicago, and like they don't have anyone to pick it up.
Oh yeah, the dealer. Yeah. It's in. He said F-150 purgatory.
Yeah.
Quote, purgatory. So that being said, I mean, when all these chips come in, all these vehicles have to be re-inspected and everything, but there's going to be a huge influx of new vehicles because you can't buy a new one now. Like, hardly. You can't find them.
Is that going to drop the price of trucks, or is that going to raise it up with all these brand new trucks coming in the market? Because usually the cost goes up when the supply is low.
The problem is when all these
coming in,
when all these trucks, new trucks come in, all the people who have been waiting on them have trade-ins, and all those trade-in, like the trade-ins are going to flood the market at one time, and the used car prices are going to drive down. I don't know what it's going to do to new car prices, because the thing is they're probably going to stay high because they're still going to have a chip shortage.
And they have to make their money.
Yeah, they're going to stay high in hopes that people aren't buying as many.
Right. Well, I'm just going to speculate here, and I think they're gonna have all these chips, but they're just going to slowly release the new vehicles instead of just flooding the market with them and just try to keep the price high.
I don't think they can afford to not flood the market, though, with as many vehicles that are sitting right now. Do you see they had...
Before you know it, the new 2022s are coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're damn
There's
near
no
there.
21s.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
sorry, we skipped
It's
this year.
almost
We're
not.
going right here. Or they
Right.
just say, hey, the 2021s are the new 2022s. We added a light here, though.
I don't know.
So if your VIN number, for example, all those trucks that are sitting in purgatory, what we want to call it,
Yeah. Purgatory, yeah.
all those trucks are 2021s.
Yeah.
But majority of them you won't see until 2022.
Right.
So is it a 2021 or a 2022?
So coming
The
from
VIN
the,
number is going to show 21.
Right. So coming from the car world, if you have something on the lot that goes over, it's like a brand new vehicle. So let's say you have 21, okay?
Okay.
And you're in 22. After like a certain amount of time, what they call it is final pay. So basically, they can't sell it after a certain amount of time as a new vehicle.
Oh.
So the price drops.
So essentially you get a used
just
car with under 1,000 miles.
It's still, yeah, because after a certain amount of time, the factory warranty will start sitting on the lot.
What is that time? Do you know?
I think it's like something like 6 or 8 months.
Wow.
So I don't know if they re-inspect these things and
Well, if
they
that's the case, we're already
reassign
6 months
VINs.
in.
I was going to say, there's some vehicles that have probably been sitting there for 6 months.
Right.
I can't say that for sure, but...
Well, that's during normal times, so I don't know what they're going to do now. I mean, if there's going to be a change
Yeah,
to
because
that
think
or
about,
whatever.
like, all those trucks that are sitting up there. Like, not all of them are customer builds. They're
No.
dealer builds, too, for the lots.
Right.
So, I mean, you're going to have a lot of lot vehicles sitting on there.
Right. So I don't know. Well, what do you do?
What do you think it's going to do to the aftermarket industry?
Well, I was going to ask you, actually. You guys are up front. Have you guys noticed anything that's changed at all?
Well,
I
probably
mean, obviously,
with
there's
trucks
used
not...
trucks out there that come in and you guys...
I was going to say, I'm seeing a lot more used trucks than I am new trucks.
Yeah.
And pretty much, like, we've done a lot of quotes for new trucks for people that are waiting on theirs.
Yeah.
But I haven't sold a lot for new trucks. Like, that F-150 that's in the back right, and the F-250 that's in the back right now.
Yeah, that's Super Duty,
we've got 2 Fords that are brand new, and the F-150 he's been driving for probably 4 months because we've been waiting on parts. He waited forever to get the truck, and I wrote a quote for him when he first ordered the truck, which was probably back in January.
Yeah,
January or
it's been 6
February.
months.
Probably talk about our shortages, too, with our BDS.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a whole...
We have our own.
That's a whole different story.
Yeah, it ain't a chip shortage, but it's a shortage.
It's a
Yeah.
shortage of something. I think everyone's experiencing with everything
Yeah.
that's been going on.
But how long did you wait for that Super Duty to come in? You built the quote like back in March?
It was like
been
the beginning
2-3
of
months.
Well, that's when I finalized the going from a quote to actually a sales order was like March 15th, if I'm not mistaken.
And then
Or the beginning of March.
We had to wait on parts, and then they had to wait on the truck, right?
Yeah, because they were waiting on the truck. He contacted me, the dealership did, back in like mid-January. So about the same amount of time.
So that's about when he ordered the truck, and that, or they were
He was
talking
still
about it.
waiting on the truck because they ordered it in like October or something. He waited like 4 or 5 months, and then he gets the truck. They're kind of a little slow to pull the trigger on this lift and all the stuff we did for it. And so we had to wait. We waited, 12 weeks for everything? Almost?
Yeah, and then
Probably.
we've been
Pretty close.
We had
sitting
to
on
get
it.
it powder
How long-
coated and-
Well, and we had powder coat, yeah, good
Well,
point.
true.
How
yeah.
long have I been sitting on that? It's probably been a good itch into a month that we've had those stuff here.
Think?
Had everything.
Had
right?
everything.
Right.
Or no,
But-
some. And then little parts start trickling.
I was gonna
But
say, 'cause
from the
we-
very first part that I got from him had to be at least a month ago. And then just waiting for everything else. A month's a pretty long time to wait for parts.
I mean,
we
waited. Yeah.
I mean, we have some things on back order for like 6 to 8 weeks too. But
right, and this guy has actually been in possession of his truck since March.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, essentially, he's waited 3 months.
Yeah. I had a Chevy for another dealership up here that just ordered a kit yesterday, and they told me 6 to 8 weeks for the kit, and they're like, all right, we're just going to put the guy in the truck. I mean, they're like, he might have 10,000 miles on it by the time you guys get it.
And that's actually, that's a good topic. That's not a bad idea, because that's what this guy did too. And there's that adjustment period too. So if there's something wrong with the vehicle,
you can figure that out
before we put all that money into it.
Yeah.
But I totally get it though. Like, some people are just, they want their shit done.
Because wasn't that problem too with Super Duties where like you would go past like 60 miles and you get that death shake or death wobble? Wasn't that one of the things with the Super Duty, the newer Super Duties anyways?
It's still the older ones too though. It just wasn't as common. It's more common in the
I saw a lot on TikTok. There's so many videos of people just recording themselves in the new Super Duties.
And that
got
thing
calls. Is fucking rattling.
We got calls daily.
Yeah, well...
But we had
no
option for it.
Bringing back to that, that's a good time to drive it 10,000 miles and see if it does anything before you even put some new suspension in there.
Well, I don't have to say you got to wait 10,000 miles.
No, but at least drive it.
At least drive about 1,000 or so,
Which majority of trucks before they come in here hit 1,000.
Right, because by the time you get the truck, you order all your stuff, you're probably going to have 1,000 miles.
Yeah, and I mean right now, pretty much any build that we do, if somebody has possession of their truck and comes in, like brand new truck, and say they got 5 miles on it, they come in, they order stuff. By the time that I get the parts and schedule it, if you don't have 1,000 miles on your truck, you're not driving it.
If it's a full lift, for sure, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Even then, though, I'm still, like, on just about anything, I'm 3 weeks out.
Right.
So,
yeah, a lot of
no
people
matter what, you should almost have 1,000 miles on it unless you're not driving it.
Right.
Unless it's, like, purely a show vehicle.
You're right. And, yeah. I mean, and speaking of that, I mean, what truck would you buy, when they come out with these new ones? Kind of segueing into that. It was a bad segue, but I did it.
Chris, you take it. Which one would you do first?
I honestly like the Tundra. I think it's very superficial. I know. But I like the look. I don't know what it is about that front end. It looks nice.
The 2022.
But I want to bring up that there is...
the 2022?
The 2022, yeah.
That we haven't even seen yet?
Wasn't that it right there?
I mean, that's just a picture, though. Okay.
Based on the picture that Toyota released,
it
looks fucking sick. It looks awesome. But there's also another one that is on TikTok that's been going around. It's one of a kind. It's a what is it? A Cadillac, or what is it?
No. That red one that you showed me the other day.
Yeah.
It's a silver. It's a Silverado with the Escalade front end.
Yeah.
Oh God,
nasty.
you would.
He is that guy.
You're from California. That's
nasty.
why. That's why you
are
want
that guy.
It looks nasty, man. It's sick.
Was it
Nate,
lower too?
Yes, it was. On like 24s.
I called it.
Yeah.
Tubbed. I'm sure.
No, I don't think it was tubbed.
No.
Oh.
I don't think so.
It looked fucking sick.
What would you pick?
All right. Well, can I have two?
Nope.
You get one.
No,
and the problem is I know one of your options.
The
We talked about this yesterday.
We did talk about.
We talked about this yesterday, and I know one of your options is my option.
Can I guess it's a Ram?
Okay.
25.
Just.
Damn, you're pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah. Now, okay. In all fairness, if I had to buy a half ton.
Okay, if we're going that route, okay, let's do that. Let's do that. If you had to buy a half ton or a 3/4 ton, like, we'll do both. What's your half ton choice?
Okay, all right. So my half ton choice, I'm really between two. The new body style F-150, which I've never really been a Ford guy.
Oof.
But for the most for your money is a Ram for sure. I mean, you can buy a Lariat or a Laramie, for the same price. You can buy an XL Ford or XLT. And you get
new body style.
The new body
Absolutely.
style. New body
the
style.
Ford prices went crazy.
You just stopped and looked at me for a second?
Yeah,
That
I was like
crazy.
Yeah. I'm like, that doesn't make
crazy.
any sense, but then I forgot, it's a new body style.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right, let's hear your half ton, and then we'll circle the wagons
Okay.
on the 3/4 ton.
My half ton. So you said F-150.
If you say
After
Chevy.
driving that F-150, that one that we lifted.
Yeah.
After driving that for about a week or so,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm a Ford. Like, I love my 18. I did not like that 21.
I remember
Why?
him saying that.
The interior is identical, and
No,
I
it's
think.
not. The seats are better.
Oof. No, I don't think so.
He said he hated the driver assist.
I did not. I did not like it. Like, and it
kept
did not
stay
drive.
lane. Stay
Yeah.
lane.
Okay, but that stuff aside,
Yeah, the safety features are not what I'm talking about. Like, the overall truck, I didn't care for. I don't know. I thought my 18 rode better.
okay.
Like, I don't know. That's
But
that's
if it was a
tough one.
stock vehicle,
But you're
if
also
it was a stock
sitting
If
vehicle,
it was a stock
coilovers
vehicle.
and-
Well, I'm talking before I had coilovers. I'm talking back when my truck was stock. I still think I would pick the 18 over the 21. But what I would probably choose, I would probably honestly pick a GMC AT4.
oh,
You butt fuck. I was gonna say that one too.
I
You know that's one of my favorites too. They look
Why?
so
Why would
clean.
you buy an AT4?
They look so.
Why would you do that? That's like buying a trail box.
because if we're talking stock, that's what I want to buy.
Well, you don't have to keep it stock, but you have to buy it stock.
That's what I would buy stock too.
The problem is
Really?
I don't
I
like
saw
the new
one.
Fords, and
The Chevys
like-
are just
yeah, the Chevys are
Yeah.
They're cheap. The interior.
The Ram, like, don't get me wrong, I like the Ram half ton. I think I like the 3/4 tons better.
Okay, all right. This is a hot debate right now because the 3/4 ton Ram.
Talking to a Ram guy here, by the
I
way.
know.
I wouldn't buy a Chevy, even though I like the Duramax. If you're talking diesel, I like the Super Duties. I like the way they look. Power Stroke's a good motor, but the Rams, in my opinion, look the best from the factory. And then you can get them with better options, and
Oh, yeah.
they are way cheaper. Way cheaper. I don't know what Ram's doing, but
So I'm taking
everything-
it your 3/4 ton is going to be a Ram.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
And that's where I was saying, like, I know yours is the same choice as mine. Like, if I could pick any truck on the market right now to replace my Ford with, it would be a brand new Ram 2500, crew cab, short bed,
Night
granite
edition.
crystal, night edition.
With
Yep.
the Tennessee tilt.
Tooted. Okay.
You really, hold on.
But
You
Hold
can
on.
do
That's-
that
you mean
because the
with the
factory
coil
airbags you
springs?
can do. No, factory airbags you can do that. You can
Yeah,
dump
I'm
them.
not going to buy factory airbags.
No, I don't know.
I'm going to buy one
Well,
with the coil
yeah.
springs. But I don't
can you
know.
imagine that? Just seeing a 3/4 ton tooted.
I've seen it.
I was going to say, it's a
It's
thing.
out there.
It's a
oh
thing.
my.
It is a
gosh.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
Tennessee
before
Tilt
we
doesn't
go
lie.
before we get into what I know you're trying to get into, I mean, Rams, I think I know somebody's answer is going to be this, but
Okay.
favorite builds that we've done.
Oh.
Chris, go first.
Yeah, you go
Yeah.
first because I got to think about this for a second.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What's your favorite build that we've done, whether it was before you're here or while you've been here?
My favorite build. For some reason, it's a Jeep, and I don't think you
A
guys.
Jeep?
Yeah, it's a
What
specific Jeep.
What
and you guys
specific
don't
Jeep?
like.
That we don't like. Ooh.
I have
a good idea.
I have a
I
good
know which
idea.
one this is.
Okay,
It's
Can
one
we
of
do-
two.
it's one of two.
I think it's yellow.
no.
I think
Oh.
it's white.
It is white.
And I think it has a bunch of stuff on it that we don't care for.
Oh God, really?
Not
What?
that one.
Not
Is it
that
that-
one?
Nope.
What is it?
And now I'm lost.
It is the all white Jeep with the red
Oh,
Sabres.
yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
the one that we had the steps.
The one that we had
powder-coated?
all the issues
Everything
with.
powder coated.
The one that we've seen back probably 5 times for issues.
Yeah,
But
you
that
were the-
one is stupid clean for some reason. Yeah,
I
there's
will-
a lot of
I will
issues,
give
but
it
it's
to you.
Stupid clean.
Smitty built. If you're listening, I don't know what is wrong with your tire carrier on that specific
Are there?
Jeep.
We have pictures of them, right? Do we have pictures of that
Yeah,
Jeep?
there's pictures of that Jeep.
On Facebook, if you're
Yeah.
gonna look that up. Look
Yeah.
up.
It looks-
It's
unique.
a white JL Wrangler, Addictive Desert front bumper. It's got Addictive Desert rear bumper.
Mhm.
NFAB steps.
Yeah, all powder coated white.
All powder coated white to match the vehicle.
Yep.
And it's got not red sabers. It's got XD. It was a new one that had just came out, but they're candy red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
they look like sabers though, right? Sabers.
Kind of. They look more like, the best way I can put it, the way that Christy put it, they look like a flower pattern.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I've seen it just going up and down hills.
So here's my problem with that Jeep.
I love it though. It's clean.
It looks really good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
The powder coat holds up great, but it shows everything, especially on that.
On the white, yeah. Absolutely.
And then I don't know what it is,
shit.
but that zone lift that's on there. This is now the third Jeep that we've done with the zone 3-inch kit, and they all ride like crap.
Really?
That Jeep. Have you driven that Jeep?
No, I didn't get the chance.
It rides like shit.
It rides horrible.
Right out of here.
I don't know how she drives it every single day. It
Right.
rides horrible.
Isn't that the zone kit something you guys always do though?
On the JKs.
Oh.
Yeah.
On the JLs, we've only done it a handful of times,
See-
and 3 out of the 5 that we've done have came back and complained about ride quality.
See, and you know what I think it is, and why the 2.5 works, but not a 3, is really because of that control arm angle. You're not dropping that control arm. Like the JKs are fine, but
I can see it.
But now if you did a control arm drop with it, it probably would help a lot. It could.
I could totally see it. Yeah,
It
I could
could.
definitely see that.
I mean, just a little part. Like when you look at JKS's version of that lift,
The 2.5 or the 3.5?
it doesn't matter. Well,
They're the same freaking kit either
more
way.
or
you look
less.
at it.
Yeah. I think they all come with control arm
Cover
drops.
the control arm drop.
I think every
They
single
either come with a control arm drop or control arms
Or
because
control
they have
arms,
the
yes.
J-spec systems.
Right.
So
They're different.
you can
yeah.
determine how much you want, how little you want.
Right, but they all come with that.
So that's not a bad build. There's just a lot of things
You're
that I
right.
don't like about it.
Right.
But aesthetically, yes, that is a very good looking build.
It's a good build.
Right.
I would say
Minus the white steps.
yeah, the white steps.
That's a little too
I think
much.
I'm gonna be honest though, that was
You're
on
doing
us.
too much.
That was
You're
on
doing too
us.
much.
I think we've learned that powder coat is a hit and miss. So you could either work out for us.
The
or you
reason
could just
why I
be
don't think it worked on that is the fenders have that black plastic trim
on
on
the
them,
inside.
and
Oh,
it
yeah.
matches right up with the steps. We should have kept the steps black because it matches that trim.
It would have just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was on us though. Like
Right.
we probably should have advised her not to do that.
Right.
It became a
Um,
pimp your ride, and we went
yeah.
with it.
Because we've
That's like putting a
done.
microwave in your vehicle. Powder coating your steps light.
I would say my favorite build. I've got a few of them, but I think I wrote down a couple. But my top one out of the 3,
Hold on. Before you do that, can I write it down just to see if I'm right?
mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Just to see
we're
if I'm
playing
right.
a game out of it now.
Yeah.
I see.
which
The
one
question
we
is I have no clue what his is going to be. I have a good idea, but I think he's going to throw me a curveball here.
All right.
I
I'm
think
gonna
he
let you
likes
look.
the ramming
Well, just let me see.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you got?
No.
What do you
Just,
got?
no. Just guess. I don't know. Can you see that?
Tyler, what's it say?
No. All right. Go. We'll see if I'm right.
I would say my favorite build, surprisingly, is one that we actually didn't install anything on. Is Scott's JL. His diesel JL.
Oh shit! I was really wrong.
What'd you guess?
Spanx.
Ooh, no. I like that truck, but
It was an old truck.
it was an older truck. It was a lot of mismatch stuff. I will say that thing looked awesome, but I don't think if I would have done that build, it would have been done a little differently. But no, Scott's jail, this diesel jail.
That thing is sweet.
Like I said, we just sold him the parts. He did all the work himself. He did the Evo manufacturing 6-inch with coilovers at all 4 corners and hydraulic bump stops from King.
Yeah.
He did the Road Armor fenders all the way around, the Road Armor front bumper and rear bumper.
Mm-hmm.
Warn Xeon 12,000 winch or 10,000 synthetic winch. I don't remember which one it was.
10,000.
Rigid lights all the way around.
Yeah. You got rock sliders, didn't you?
Yeah. What the heck? What brand of rock sliders did we do?
They weren't rock slide. They were rock slide engineering ones, weren't they?
No, he didn't put that much money into it. I don't remember, but yeah, he had the rock sliders, and then he had the new KMC bead locks,
Mm-hmm.
and the 40-inch Mickey Thompson SST Pro, or not SST Pro, that's the Coopers. But you know which one I'm talking about, the big, giant, luggy ones. That's DOT.
They're nasty.
They're sweet.
It's DOT.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean,
nasty.
these bead locks, so technically the bead locks aren't DOT approved, but the tires are DOT approved. He still drives it on the street.
Yeah.
But that thing, and he's got the inner fenders from Road Armor. But that thing, driving down the road, like I saw it coming down 370 the other day.
Probably drives like a dream.
Well, it probably does, but just seeing it, it's a monster on the road.
Right.
It is a
drive.
freaking monster.
The grill in the front looks fucking sick.
What?
Is that the
Did
same
you say
one?
right-hand drive?
No, we were on a different Jeep.
No.
That's Sweet's Jeep.
Sweet. That's
Sweet's
Scott.
Jeep is cool
Who
too.
the hell's Scott?
Scott, the Road Armor one that was at World of Wheels. That I took to World of Wheels.
Oh, is that not the one that I drove?
No.
Oh.
No one's driven that one.
No.
Dang it.
Yeah. No, that thing was Scott's Jeep by far.
Roll the wheel. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I want to say, but yeah, that
Yeah,
one is.
that is a
nasty.
freaking cool Jeep.
Yeah.
Nate, what do you got?
Well, I have a few.
We're gonna take some guesses too.
Take a guess. Take it. No, seriously, take a guess. Take a guess. I want to know.
What's your guess?
I want to know.
I don't know.
I want to know.
I don't know. He's worked with a lot of heavy hitters. Like he's had some pretty big tickets within the last.
See,
couple months.
here's the problem. I'm gonna say one that I think is his favorite build, and then he's gonna throw us off and give us something that's just like, why?
fucking happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hold on. Is it a build that we've done since you've been here?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my first three guesses were not done while we were here.
Is it someone
Or
that
while
you
you were
worked
here.
with personally, or is someone else
No,
did
not
the
really.
ticket? Someone else did the ticket.
But it was done while you were here. The whole build.
The whole build?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, it's Hoffman's.
Or
That's
Mike's Tundra.
no.
No.
First of all, Mike's Tundra, that was a wiring nightmare. And I never want to do that ever again and use an Ethernet cable, Cat 5, to run any lights ever again.
That build will become my favorite build once he does his next step, which will be in another video.
Okay, well.
That's an upcoming build for a later.
Now, Chapman's truck, Mike's truck is good. I love Hoffman's truck because it's simple.
I figured that was going to be
Raminator.
The Raminator.
I figured that was going to be your favorite one.
I like Hoffman's truck because it's simple, it's clean, but drum roll, it's got to be Spanx.
Really?
What?
Yeah. I think it's because he spent a lot of money. But it was. I think for me,
Don't get me
it's the
wrong,
coilover conversion.
It's a great
It's a
build.
big truck too. It's nice.
And it's a huge truck. Yeah.
And the forged wheels.
The forged
That's
wheels.
why- that's why-
Honestly,
that's
if he did
nuts.
one-piece wheels on that truck, I don't think it would look nearly as good
No.
as it does with the forged.
No, and that's what I'm saying is not a
What's
lot
the
of
name of that
people.
truck?
Ooh, Black Betty.
Black
Betty.
Yep. Now a lot of people don't. We don't get a lot of people that do forged wheels, and I don't know why.
We're
I think
just
it's
not in the area of the
availability.
country. No, we're not in the area of the country that care.
Right.
They go. The thing is, most
Dirt
people
roads,
around
they
here,
don't.
they use their trucks every day.
Yeah, working truck.
Most people who get forged wheels don't drive their truck every day.
Or they have the Carolina squad, the tooted.
They don't get
They're out in
forged wheels.
Texas and they're out.
They
in
can't even
Cali.
afford a full lift kit. They're full forged wheels.
Have you seen bullshit? You've seen at Daytona. First off, not 4-wheel drive trucks getting stuck in the sand.
Oh yeah, I saw those TikToks.
But
Oh
yeah,
my
they got like
gosh.
24s or 26s like this, and they're American forces. I've seen them.
And then they have
But
a
yes.
Jeep pull them out.
With curb rash and everything.
Exactly.
On. They
with
bought them
curb
for
rash.
$100 a piece on Craigslist.
Exactly. You got to use like the 80-foot rule.
But they
It
look
looks
Yeah,
cool
the
from
80-foot rule. It doesn't look cool from 80 foot. It still looks tooted.
Yeah, well, yeah. Besides that, it's
Yeah.
stupid.
so
Stupid.
stinks, huh? Nice.
I think Spanx truck. Okay, now this is a good segue. I'm going to use segue a lot. Segue into this bill that they passed now, which I need some clarification on it.
Okay, so you're talking about in the Carolinas. I think is it North Carolina only or South Carolina?
South Carolina.
It's South Carolina? Okay. In South Carolina, they just recently put a bill to the House. House Bill 692 is what it is. Here's how it reads. And then before you say anything, I'm going to tell you about what it used to read.
Okay, all right.
Here's how it reads. A private passenger automobile shall not be modified or altered by elevating more than 3 inches from the manufacturer specified height in the front and lowering the automobile more than 2 inches from the specified height in the rear. Okay? Originally, this law, the law before this, so this is an amendment essentially to the current law that's in place.
Mm-hmm.
The law before stated that you could have no more than 6 inches of lift either way. 6 inch lower, 6 inch lift over manufacturer spec.
Okay, so my question is, so I'm since you read it and you used the word "and," because they like to do that stuff, you can still lift your truck.
So
you can still lower it, but you can't have it tooted. So
no,
it's
no, no.
a bill.
So as long
or you can't.
No. You can have it tooted. So the way that they worded it, which I think this is just poor wording. The way that they worded it, there's a lot of loopholes. Essentially, what this is stating is because they put "and" in there, if your truck is 3 inches up in the front and 2 inches low in the rear, it's illegal. But if your truck is 3 inches low in the rear and 4 inches high in the front, it's not illegal.
Okay. Or what if you don't modify the rear and you lift the front 6 inches?
Still works.
Still works.
That's what I'm saying. It's a very poorly worded bill. Like, they pretty much went out there and said, this is the definition of squat. But they didn't make it for... Like, you can take a factory truck, drop it 2 inches in the rear and raise it 6, and you're still not against the law.
Well, clearly Truck Nuts did not write that bill.
No.
They have no idea what the fuck they're talking
Politicians
about.
wrote the bill. And so... But the other thing, too, like, they still have the law in place that you can't modify the vehicle to be over 13 foot tall, which is freaking insane, but it can't be over 13 foot tall.
Not many trucks... Is Hoffman's truck that high?
It might be.
No, it can't be. Because if I'm standing at the mirror, if my head's at the mirror, and I'm almost 6 foot.
Well, that's just the mirror. You still have the cab that goes up another
but I need 2 of me.
His truck, we got to measure it the next time it's here just to see how...
It's under 13 foot. Because like I said, to get to 13, if I'm almost 6 foot... There would have to be 2 of me and some.
Remember that truck we saw at Top Off? Do you think that was bigger than 13 feet?
No. That wasn't even that much taller than Hoffman's.
See, and Hoffman's truck is massive. It's 10-inch
massive.
lift, essentially, in 40s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's big, but it ain't 13 foot.
No, it's a big truck.
SEMA builds might be there.
Yeah, but they don't even have... They got Bluetooth drive shafts.
Yeah, I mean, that's besides the point. But so does anything with Cali Squat. But
yeah, no shit.
Sorry, Cali Lean. My bad.
Put some respect on my state.
But yeah, I think
Respect.
you did some research on it too, right?
Which one?
The Carolina Squat bill.
No.
Sick. I was the only one that did it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Sorry, teacher, I didn't do my homework.
Here's some facts about it. If you get 3 citations, so if you get 1 citation and you do not fix your truck, you get another citation, you do not fix your truck, you get a third citation, you lose your license for a year.
Send the Cali Leans to jail. 1 citation, jail. Straight to jail.
Under the jail.
Straight to jail.
Jesus.
Straight to jail.
That's brutal. Yeah, so 3 citations, you lose your license for a year.
Perfect.
My question is, how the heck do you measure that? Because they say over the manufacturer's specified height.
Every vehicle's different.
Exactly.
I think
how are you measuring that? Do
they have a book of the measurements?
That's like...
Has anyone been convicted or not convicted? I guess.
They can't.
I was like,
no. It hasn't started yet.
Hasn't even started.
It starts at the end of this year. So like January 1 is when this goes into place.
Man, the lawyers are gonna have a field day with this.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way,
like I said,
when you measure this,
it's worded very
Ford.
poorly. Like there's so many. I was reading an article on it, and the guy's like, you can lift it as high as you want in the front and only drop it 2 inches in the rear, and you're still within what this is.
Right.
Like you haven't broke the law yet. But once again, how the heck is somebody going to know what the manufacturer specification is?
Yeah. Unless you have like a booklet, which would be a hassle for the cops to have.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, what the
okay.
hell am I gonna do with this shit?
all right.
I doubt that's what they care about, to be
It's-
honest with you.
Well, it's saying should not be modified or altered. Okay, well, altering to me is you put a pallet of bricks in the back and now you're down 3 inches in the back.
Yeah.
And if you have a lift kit, you might be screwed.
See,
I mean, how do you get around that?
I think that one right there, though, you can clearly see
Well, right.
there's weight in the back of the truck. I think this is for the people who are like the whistling,
Very-
Right,
very
whistling
right.
diesel truck that is obviously not towing anything.
Well, right. I understand that, but
Yeah.
how do you enforce that law? You can't.
That's what I'm saying is this is
No
just
way.
pointless. I think we're going to see more of those trucks now
Even-
rebelling against this.
All
Because
the,
like I
all
said,
the young
they
guys
can't-
are gonna be out rolling in
Even
there.
though I think they should all go
Tennessee
to
tilts.
jail. First time, that's it. Straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
You can't enforce that. You can't. There's no way.
Think it'll ever make it here?
I've never seen one. Well,
Boy,
I
was
I
about to
stopped
say,
myself. I
we
stopped myself.
just
Like,
saw
I just
one the
saw
other
one,
day.
yeah.
We saw an F-150 driving down 84th Street. That was it was tooted, and
Already have a headache.
I still remember there was a kid that came in here. This was before you were here.
Uh-huh.
Kid that came in here with a brand new F-150, and he legitimately looked at me and goes, "I want to level the truck." I said, "Okay, cool." And then he goes, "But I want to drop the rear." And I go, and this is before Cali Lean was a big thing. This is before Carolina Squat was even a name. It was only Cali Lean is what they called. Like, this is probably when I first started here. And
Really?
this kid came in here and asked for that, and I just go, I'm not doing that. Like,
Straight to jail.
I straight up, like, and I looked at Scott, because Scott was up there, and he goes, "You want to do what?" And
I
he
can
goes, "I
picture
want to lower the rear," and pulls up a picture of it, and it's a squatted F-150. And I was like,
Why?
I don't see why you want it. Like, why do you? And then Scott's like, "Yeah, we can't even do that." Not that we can't do that. He just didn't.
We're
want
not
to
going to do that.
Yeah.
Go do it yourself.
Leave them on the coast. Well, in Tennessee, apparently.
We'll drop the rear.
Tennessee tilt, though, it does sound a lot better than a Carolina squat.
Yeah.
Tennessee tilt kind of sounds like a dance.
No. That's like calling cheap vodka Bartons. You call it Bartones to make it sound fancy. And it's still the same thing and it's still disgusting. Okay? Straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
Bartones.
By the way, I just
No.
read and it looks like they did pass that bill, actually.
Yeah, it did pass.
Yeah.
It just doesn't
A
go into effect
unanimous
until the
vote.
end of the year.
Mhm.
Yeah, unanimous vote. There were 70,000 people that signed for this bill to happen.
70,000?
70,000 people. Not one of them owned a truck.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I would sign the bill too if
Yeah.
I could.
Same.
Straight to jail.
All right, well, let's finalize this
Is it over
podcast.
already?
We're getting pretty close here.
Tyler, where are we at, buddy?
47.
47 minutes?
Yeah. So let's just before we go. I mean, what do you
Yeah.
got? All right. So Chris is kind of for us too. I'll let you kind of lead it. but
Yeah.
Upcoming builds.
Yeah.
I mean, can you think of anything that we?
Well,
got?
the thing with that is, I don't really work up front, so I can never really, I don't know what's.
Right.
All I know is that there's parts coming in for this truck, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what
you
you
don't really
guys
get
know.
to do the builds.
And then obviously I'm very new with trucks. I don't really know what the hell's going on. I'm learning every single day.
Mm-hmm.
This here is. I hope this podcast is educational. Like, I've learned a lot already just by sitting here and listening to you guys talk.
Straight to jail.
Straight to jail. Is where I'm gonna end up. So
Yeah.
from parts that I've seen come in, I mean,
There's
the
some-
one that we're sitting back to, the guy that you've been working for, Arnie's. Do you like that truck or what? What's a
okay.
good one that you think is coming in that you're gonna like?
Yeah.
As-
What's one that's coming in versus like?
And
Well,
it doesn't have to be
that's-
this week. It can be.
That was kind of
something
my
scheduled.
upcoming build, even though it's being built right now and
Right.
in the shop. That would be it.
What's the
All right. Well, as you can tell, we ran into a bit of an issue while we were recording. We did not realize that the audio cut out at the end of the video here, so we will try and touch base on the topic that we were talking about right at the end here. But unfortunately, that is all that we have for today. So make sure you stay tuned for our next podcast. Not sure when it's going to be, but we'll be sure to get another one at you. Thanks.